Welcome to Puvanur RVIR Laya Academy of Music and Mathematics. Welcome to Puvanur RVIR Laya Academy of Music and Mathematics. We are in Misra, Jathi, Triputa, Thalam. Last class we saw the different perspectives of Dimta Dimidinaka sequences. 6 different varieties. I'm going to have a review with all of you on how you have understood each of these sequences in its entirety. Before I get into Takadimi Takajunu, I will start this class with the Tirukkural. வேண்டற்க வெக்கியாம் ஆக்கம் விளைவையின் மாண்டற்கு அரிதாம் பயன். What is the meaning of it? பிறர் பொருளை விரும்பி அதனை கவர்ந்து கொண்டு அனுபவிக்கும் பொழுது அப்பொருளினால் வரும் பயன் மேன்மை தராது. அதனால் பிறர் பொருளை விரும்பலாகாது. What does Thiruvalluvar says? If you want to grab somebody else's property and you want to enjoy the benefits out of that, it will not give you any great qualities with that. You will not reach anywhere. So it is advisable not to seek someone else's property. With this good thought, I will get into the class. So, Takadimi Takajunu, it's a mastery phrase I would say, because it's a Sarvalagu. Emphasize on Sarvalagu and establishing what Sarvalagu is Takadimi Takajunu. The reason being, it's like a heartbeat, it's like a rhythm everywhere. It is a beautiful way of a tick-tock in a clock. It is perfectly balanced. It's a perfect rhythm. Takadimi, Kajun, Takadimi, Kajun, Takadimi, Kajun, Takadimi, Takajun. If you want to increase the speed of it, Takadimi, Takajun, Takadimi, Takajun, Takadimi, Takajun, Takadimi, Takajun. Takadimi, Takajun, 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 Takadimi. Whatever the phase of it you want to take, it has its beauty. Like a horse galloping, like an elephant walking, like a lion with his majesty walking, like a tiger pouncing. It has its own beauty. So this how we have to handle in an intricate thala like a Misra, Jathi, Triputa. It's again a similar approach, and we will see the approaches. Takadimi, takajunu, takadimi, takadimi, kajunu, takadimi, tajunu, takadimi, tajunu. Gedatakadam, gedatakadari, gedatakadimi, takajunu, takadimi, kadimi, takajunu, takadimi, takajunu, takadimi, takajunu. Gedatakadam, gedatakadari, gedatakadimi, takajunu, takajunu, takadimi, takajunu. Gedatakadam, gedatakadari, gedatakadimi, takajunu. Gedatakadam, gedatakadari, gedatakadami, gedatakadam, gedatakadari, gedatakadami, gedatakadam, gedatakadari, gedatakadam. Gedatakadam, gedatakadari, gedatakadam. Gedatakadam, gedatakadari, gedatakadam. That is how you have to play in its vanilla form. So again, when you want to play in a different perspective, I will give the prelude and I want you to do the homework. Takadimi, takajunu, takadimi, takadimi, takajunu, takadimi, takajimi, takajunu, takadimi. Gedatakadam, gedatakadari, gedataka. What did I do? I'm taking as a 3-beat split. that's a 3-beat split. I want you to work on the homework. The next one is a split of 3 and a 4 and then the Chatusra pattern. Taka dimmi taka junnu taka dimmi taka dimmi taka junnu taka dimmi taka junnu taka dimmi taka junnu gedaka dam gedaka dari gedaka taka dimmi taka junnu taka dim gedaka dam gedaka dari gedaka taka dimmi taka junnu taka dimmi taka junnu gedaka dam gedaka dari gedaka. You can also play taka dimmi taka junnu taka dimmi gedaka dam gedaka dari gedaka taka dimmi taka junnu taka dim gedaka dam gedaka dari gedaka dam gedaka dimmi taka junnu. You can play any number of varieties as long as you get landed up beautifully. So this is another variety you can try. So you can also try see how you can explore this Sarvalagu, because Sarvalagu when it comes, I don't want you to try in 1.5, 2, 2.5, 3 because again the very purpose it gets defeated. Sarvalagu. So I don't want you to try the patterns here in a different format. But as a perspective, you can think about different forms, varying forms. I'll give that open. I think as we are going advanced, I want you to think a little differently for this sequence. The next sequence I am going to pick up for today is Tangatadhim. Tangatadhim, Tangatadhim, Tangatadhim. Just pad up 3 things. Explain, you know. Tangatadin, 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 tangatadin. So first 3-beat split and then take the Sarvalagu of Haditalam. Tangatadin, 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 tangatadin. The next sequence. Tankitatagadin tangatadin tangatadin tankitatagadin tangatadin tankitatagadin 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 tankitatagadin. Next one. Tankitatagadin 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 tankitatagadin. So now it's a big 11-beat cycle. You can, I'm giving you some more perspective here. All the time you don't have to do at 8 Tirmanam. You can try a 7th Tirmanam. Tangatadin, 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 gedatagadam, gedatagadari, gedatagadam, gedatagadam, gedatagadari, gedatagadam, gedatagadari, gedatagadam. Another variety. Tangatadin, 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 gedatagadam, gedatagadari, gedatagadam, gedatagadam, gedatagadari, gedatagadam, gedatagadam, gedatagadari, gedatagadam. Tangatadin, 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 tangatadin. You can play a 5 filler and a 6 mora. Then we will also play tangatadin, tatadin, tangatadin, tatadin, tangatadin, tatadin, tingatadin, tatadin, tingatadin, tatadin, tingatadin. You can play a 6 filler and a 5 tirmanam. You can play a 7 filler and play a 4 tirmanam. Tangatadin, tatadin, tangatadin, tatadin, tangatadin, tangatadin, tangatadin. So what we are trying to do here, we are trying to innovate creatively from not rather, after when you are finishing a sequence, you can play any sort of a tirmanam. It can be 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. And even a 3, tan 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 kadadin tanta dundunta dundunta dim. What does it mean? Tan tan kadadin dunda is 1.5. Dundumta dundumta is 3 and a 3. You can play. I'm just giving you a perspective now. Don't have to think. Oh, this is not being taught to me. We are going to deal with it later when we get into the actual math of it. But what I'm trying to give you a perspective is when you're trying to do an 8th Tirmanam, there is also a possibility for you to do a 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. And even for the 2, if you want to make a shortest phrase, tagadanatam, tagadanatam, tagadanatam. Even if you want to make further shorter for 1.5, tatakatakadim tatta. Even if you want to a place for a 1, tatakatanadim. So, these are all the beauty of it. From 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, you can always do, you can take the rhythm with the math, take the music with the math, beautifully twine it. Okay, that is the next sequence. Again, as I told you, there are perspectives. You can think about a different perspective if you can and come to me for the review. Because as long as you know this is fine, you can handle it. Because this is an intricate thala, I only want you to understand how the structure is, how you can actually do it in a measured way. That's enough. And all other embellishments is as you move along, I think as knowledge and wisdom grows along with your thinking into this subject. The next one is Taddintanga sequence. It's again a beautiful sequence. Taddintanga, Taddintanga, Taddintanga. Then you play the exact Adithalam. I'll express, I'll play a few pieces, and I want you to try this. Taddintanga, 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 Taddintanga. When you are looking at 11, you should not look at it very big. You have to dissect it and get into a framework of how you can play it beautifully. So 3, split it, and then it's Adithalam. That perspective should come into your mind. Taddintanga, 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 taddintanga. First one. Taddintanga, 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 taddintanga. The second sequence. The third one. Taddintanga, 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 taddintanga. Then further reduction. This is a beautiful variety of a sarvalagu. All these takadimi takajano, thanga tadim, tadim tango are all sarvalagu patterns. These sarvalagu patterns, the moment you want to do a creativity is no longer a sarvalagu. So you're doing a half beat cycle. So you think about it, use it as appropriate when you're playing for a song. We will deal with it later. But I want you to get into this vanilla form perfectly. Sequence. So we saw 3 different sequences. I took it as one unit because they're all sarvalagu. The perspectives we can think about it, but the vanilla form, as it's a rare thala, if you can play this much, this is more than enough. We will handle more complex interludes of Tirmanams and Korvai as we move along in level 4. There are going to be a lot of mathematical patterns which I'm going to teach you for each of the Thalam. where you're going to get embellished with the knowledge. So let me end this class with the Thirukural, and I'll get into the next class with Takadin Dimi sequence, the perspective of it, and then later I will do the traditional reduction, typically the Ferens, Mora, Korvai. I will try to cover in the next two classes, and then we will do a complete review of Misra Jathi, Triputa Thalam, as we did for Misra Jampa, and then we'll get into Sangirna Jathi Triputa Thalam. Okay, so let's end the class with Thirukural. Akkamai selvathirku yadinin vekkamai vendum piran kai porul. உன்னுடைய செல்வம் குறையாதிருக்க நீ விரும்பினால் பிறர் பொருளை கவர விரும்பாதே. If you want your wealth not to get reduced, don't aspire to grab someone else's wealth. That's what Tirulur says. With this good thought, we will end this class today. We saw very quickly 3 different sequences. It's perfect, it's perspectives, because they are all Sarvalagu patterns. And then we will also cover Takadindimi in the next class. Cheers, Poonur RVA signing off. A lot of homework has been given to you. I want you to systematically work on all these and get the right knowledge. Cheers.